The Shadow in the Seats, the invisible power behind the Civil War. Chapter I, the mathematics of power. The year was 1787 in the heat of Philadelphia. 55 men sat in a closed room drafting the blueprint for a new nation. The debate was fierce. It was not merely about liberty, it was about authority. How would seats in the new U.S. House of Representatives be divided? How many votes would each state command in the Electoral College? The Southern delegates faced a dilemma. They treated millions of human beings as property, denying them basic humanity, freedom, and the right to vote. Yet, when it came to calculating political representation, Southern delegates demanded that every single enslaved person be counted as a full citizen. Northern delegates pushed back. If enslaved people had no rights and no voice, why should Southern states get extra congressional seats for holding them? The conflict threatened to tear the fragile Union apart before it even began to break the deadlock. A stark mathematical calculation was forged: the 3/5 compromise. Under this law, 5 enslaved people would count as 3 freed people, or 3/5 of a person, for the purpose of determining a state's population. Enslaved people received no voting rights, no freedom, and no voice. Instead, the fractional count granted white Southern voters an artificially inflated, disproportionate grip on the federal government. Chapter 2, the ballot and the land. As the decades moved forward into the 1800s, another quiet shift transformed the American political landscape. In the nation's early days, voting was tied to ownership. To drop a ballot into the box, a man had to own land or property. But by the 1850s, a wave of reforms swept across the states. Property requirements were dropped, ushering in an era of universal white male suffrage. Yet, as the door opened wider for white citizens, it slammed shut for others. Even as land requirements disappeared, both northern and southern states crafted laws explicitly banning free black men from voting. No matter how much property they acquired, the political system was being engineered to ensure that power remained strictly controlled. Chapter 3, the unbalanced scale. For over half a century, the math of 1787 worked exactly as its architects intended. Thanks to the inflated headcount provided by the 3/5 compromise, the Southern states held a disproportionate sway over national policy. They dominated the U.S. House of Representatives, steered legislative agendas, and influenced the presidency for decades. Slavery was the institution being protected, but political leverage was the weapon used to protect it. As long as the political math favored the South, the Union held together. But demographic reality was catching up. Immigrants flooded into northern cities, and the population of the free states exploded. Factories roared, cities expanded, and the balance of power began to tip. Chapter 5, the breaking point. By 1860, the artificial political advantage granted by 3/5 math could no longer withstand the sheer weight of northern population growth. The crisis came to a head in November. Abraham Lincoln was elected President of the United States, without winning a single Southern state. For Southern leaders, the election was a devastating revelation. The political leverage they had counted on since 1787 had finally run out. They could no longer use an inflated head count in Congress to control the federal government and protect the institution of slavery. Fearing that their political dominance was gone forever, Southern states made a drastic decision. They chose to break the Union apart, seceding from the United States and setting off the bloodiest war in American history. Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation in the middle of the Civil War. After the war and Abraham Lincoln's assassination, it was formally adopted as the 13th Amendment, and slaves became free men everywhere in the United States.